everybody, Diane Bolin here. I have for you this week a special request to do ankle strengthening exercises. And some of you may not realize, you think it's important to strengthen your ankles just so you don't turn them over and sprain them. And that's certainly a valid reason to do ankle strengthening exercises, but there's more to it than just that. Believe it or not, some of the referred pain in the knee and the hip and even the lower back, the cause actually starts in the ankle with weak, inflexible ankles, as well as posture. If your ankles are not strong, your body doesn't sit in alignment and your posture tends to fail from that. So it's really important to keep those ankles strong. Our stability starts with our foot and our ankle. So let's see how we can do that. The simplest set of strengthening exercises are simply the point and flex. So you're going to be seated. If you need to brace yourself behind, that's fine. You're going to point your toe as hard as you can, and then you're going to pull your toe back as close to your shin, straight up and back as you can. Point and flex, point and flex. So we're going to do 10 to 12 reps of these on each leg. Switching our legs here. Each time you point and flex, try to get that a little further. When you point, you'll feel it here. When you flex, you're going to feel it in the back. The mobility and strengthening here. Now, if that seems a little too easy for you, you can add a resistance band. Put it around your toe. Same leg out, you're just going to hold on to it, put a little resistance to it, and then pull back when you flex. Give it a little give and take here, adding just a little bit of resistance to that movement. So that's how you can ramp that up just a little bit. And taking that up just a little more, we're going to go ahead and do that standing, putting some body weight on it. If you need to brace yourself on the wall or on your chair, that's absolutely fine. We're going to come up on our toes and hold, and then come up on our heels and hold. That's a little harder. And you can even do that with your butt against the wall if you want. You can just do the heel raises this way if it's too hard to do it freestanding. But I like to do what I call the heel toe rock. Notice that your butt has to go a little bit out when you do that heel rock. Again, 8 to 10 to 12 reps here will get you going. And you're going to feel warm in the ankles, and that's what we're after. Moving along to the next thing, balance is critical. And in order to have good balance and good posture, we need good ankle strength. But we also need practice because we need to connect our brain to the rest of our body, telling it how we want to balance. So when you're starting a balance exercise, you want to have 3 points of contact on your foot: your big toe, the outside of your foot, and your heel. You can't see it too well because it's in my shoe, but I'm making sure that I have a good 3 points of contact, and I'm going to come up on the toe in my left foot. And then when I feel good and stable and secure, I'm going to try picking that foot up. Sometimes you might want to put your arms out a little bit to get that balance. And you're aiming for about 10 seconds. And then put that down. Then we're going to go to the other side. Get that balance point. Get that good stability in your foot. Your knees should be soft. Your hips should be soft. Come up on your toe until you feel secure. And again, if you need to put a hand on the wall to get started, that's absolutely fine. We're going to aim for 10 seconds here. Notice If you tighten your core and fix your posture, this becomes easier. Once you get the hang of that, and you want to make that a little more difficult, there's an easy way to do it. It's called destabilizing. So you're going to grab a blanket or a towel. I'm using my yoga blanket here. You're going to put that right on the floor. This is the foot you're standing on. You're standing on the blanket. And notice it gives you a little bit of rockiness. You still want that 3 points of contact on that foot. You've destabilized a little bit. Notice this is a little harder. Squeeze that core. Again, start with 10 seconds and work up. And we're moving on up the difficulty scale. Once you feel totally confident and comfortable with that, or if you already feel like you have good balance and good strength in your ankles and want to strengthen even more, we're going to go to a single leg deadlift. Now remember, our deadlift with the dumbbell, hip goes back, we come down to knee, back flat, and stand. So this is our deadlift. Now we're going to get that 3 points of contact on the right foot, come up on the toe with the left, same motion, only I'm going to put my foot out backwards when I do that. This is how we start. Foot out back, come up. We're still keeping that nice flat back. Then when you're ready, your single leg deadlift. And make sure you do this on both sides. And warm up because your body doesn't know exactly what you're asking it to do yet. And then when it's ready, single leg deadlift. I recommend you do these next to a wall so that if you need to, you can put that hand out. Always a good idea to safety first. So far, all of our movements have been front to back, but our ankles do have lateral movement too. And we want to strengthen that lateral movement. To do our lateral stretching, what we're going to do, stable stance, and then roll your ankle a little bit to the outside and then a little bit to the inside. Feel that stretch. Don't go crazy. Don't roll it over till it hurts. But we're going to do 8 to 10 stretches this way. Other foot, same thing. You can see me rolling it to the inside a little better there. Again, if you have had surgery or broken your ankle and this is not allowed, don't worry about it. You'll be just fine. Never do anything you're supposed to. If you have any questions about whether or not you should do an exercise, always check with your healthcare professional. Now that we've got that warmed up, we can strengthen these by doing the thing you see little kids doing. And I recommend being next to a wall for this. We're going to walk up on the side of our foot a few steps, and then we'll back up. I'll back up so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to walk on the inside, knock-kneed, for a few steps. Next in the progression, we're going to do a side step. You can put a piece of tape on the floor. I don't recommend anything that rolls because you don't want to trip over it. I'm going to use this seam in my mat here, and I'm going to just step over. Now exaggerate picking up your legs. That does a bunch of things. That works your core, that works your glutes and hamstrings and quads. So let's get a little energy into it. And if you can do a little bit more cardio with a little bit more impact, you can do a little hop. If that doesn't work for you, that's okay. Leave that out and go back to the step. But just a couple of minutes of that and a couple of minutes to do the strengthening and stretching exercises that we've already covered will go a long way to improving your posture and your balance and keep you from hurting your ankles. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. That allows me to continue to bring you content like this, content that you, my viewers, have asked for. And hit that bell so you get the notifications. And drop me comments, because I do use those comments to decide what content I'm going to create for you guys. So let me know what you'd like to see. Drop your comments below. And most importantly, see you next week.